You know, this is a decision that no matter which way the jury went, it would have upset a lot of people, and that it did. As of right now, 61 people have come out to vote here at this location. You know, it's a reality no driver wants to ever face, to come outside of their homes and find their bumper lying in the middle of the road. People here in the neighborhood say they experience it all too often. In fact, in this 1 yard in front of Taylor's house, tire tracks from not one, not two, but 3 crashes.
Tony, police say they are confident they're getting at least closer to some answers in this case.
Vince, that's what they say, and they call this a targeted attack. And from the kitchen, the process is simple. All you have to do is load up the robot, press go, and then, as you can see, it's on its way. Practice wrapped up inside this gym 15 minutes ago. The goal, winning 2 games and finally bringing a WIAA basketball trophy here to this trophy case. I did make contact with the Election Commission. They said they expect a turnout in the city of about 25 to 30% of residents. We'll have to see how everything turns out throughout the day. Reporting live here near 27th and Center, Tony Atkins, TMJ4 News. Julia.
Looks like your taco is ready, Tony, right behind you.
Oh. And back here at Indeed, the party continues until 7 o'clock right here. You see my guy here playing a little Uno with some friends. Again, this party here goes on till 7. There are many more here throughout the city. Right now, we're going to kick things over to Steve Shamraz, who's live at the Harley-Davidson Museum. Steve.
One of the things we did notice were some Illinois plates. You know, Illinois and Kenosha are back to back, so it's really kind of hard to tell. The officers are pushing protesters south. You can see Rittenhouse walk past our cameras northbound, walk up to the officers, and you can hear him say, "Hey, I work at that business. I work at that business."
Hannah Giddings and her boyfriend Anthony Huber were here in Kenosha protesting the shooting of Jacob Blake. That night, Anthony Huber would be shot and killed. And tonight, as everyone awaits a verdict, I spoke with Hannah about the trial and what she wants to see happen.
That's an agitation. That's insensitive.
Tense moments outside of the Kenosha County Courthouse Tuesday. This as the world awaits a verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. For Hannah Giddings, it brings back feelings of when she last saw her boyfriend Anthony Huber. As we walked to the courthouse Tuesday, she talked about reliving the moments when Huber was shot and killed by Rittenhouse.
It's been more traumatic than I really thought it would be. Like, we all knew the trial was coming, obviously.
The defense says Huber attacked Rittenhouse with a skateboard and he killed Huber in self-defense. The prosecution and Hannah say Huber was trying to disarm Rittenhouse. Hannah says she expected Huber's actions to be more of a focus during the trial.
I just feel like he was so underrepresented in this trial, and I don't think that's fair, because what he did was assess an active shooter situation, and he was just that type of man.
Had he succeeded in what he was doing, what would have happened, you think?
If he would have gotten that gun away, I think he maybe would have held on to it. I don't think he probably would have thrown it or anything like that.
Sure.
But his main goal was clearly to just stop this kid from running away from what he had just done, which was murdering Joseph Rosenbaum.
And no matter the outcome of the trial, Hannah says she wants to make sure that protesters continue to feel safe standing up for what they believe in. Reporting in Kenosha, Tony Atkins, TMJ4 News. Kristen and Carol, I can tell you right now, and I can even show you, they put these stakes up outside of John Marshall High School, as well as these very large boulders to stop any reckless driving activity from the area where students pour out of the building. However, even with these measures in place, we saw some reckless drivers taking to the field just outside of this area. A TMJ4 camera caught this car driving on the lawn outside of John Marshall High School this afternoon. A bird's eye view shows the aftermath.
It's very serious. It's not just the safety of the school. This happens all the time during, school hours, not school hours, on the street.
Even this interview we were conducting with a concerned parent was interrupted by reckless driving.
Yeah, look. You sit down. What's your reaction to seeing that?
Students and people living nearby say this isn't the first time. They shared social and doorbell video of reckless driving throughout the week. Milwaukee police confirmed at least one of the cars caught on camera was stolen.
It was a small number, but certainly had a serious impact and something that we wanted to address as a serious matter right away.
Holy moly.
Milwaukee Police Association President Dale Borman reacting to the video.
The city of Milwaukee needs to come up with some type of plan to combat that. And it's not just the traffic unit that can do it. Parents have to be responsible.
In the meantime, Milwaukee Public Schools put up stakes and boulders near where students walk out of Marshall High. They even set up 2 bus blockade points, one on 64th Street and one on Febrance to block the road, hoping to save lives in this quiet neighborhood.
I don't know who the kids are or who the adults are or who's doing what they're doing, but there's no respect for life, for other people.
Tony Atkins spoke with Giannis's pastor today. He is live at Pfizer Forum. Tony.
Katie, I sat with Pastor Kenneth Locke for about 30 minutes earlier this afternoon. It was actually right before an impromptu meeting he had with Giannis himself. He says that Giannis's success here on the court runs parallel to his desire to stay rooted in his faith.
Step back 3 for the tie. Got it! Got it!
A step back 3 to beat KD and Kyrie Irving in overtime, all to become the all-time leading scorer of the Bucks? That all happened last night for one man.
It's for our man Giannis Antetokounmpo, who just tonight passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time leading scorer.
The achievement, an electrifying milestone for Milwaukeeans who waited decades to see this new golden age of the Milwaukee Bucks.
And it makes it even more special because it feels like we watched him grow up. Like he feels like Milwaukee's little brother.
But behind Giannis's 9-year rise to NBA royalty was always his faith. What went through your mind the second he made a step back 3 to become the all-time leading scorer for the Bucks?
Like for me, it was a I told you moment.
Pastor Kenneth Locke has served as a pastor to Giannis since 2019. He says they often speak about humility, fatherhood, love, and leadership.
One of the biggest topics for him has always been legacy and just what he leaves for his sons and the life and the stories that will be told.
And even with all the success, Kenneth says Giannis is leaning even more into his faith.
He just told me, like, man, this is the year for him and his family. He just really wants to step into his faith, and he's been just in his own personal goals as far as, you know, being more dedicated as far as reading the word, as far as praying, as far as coming to service.
And no matter if it's wins on the court or in life, staying rooted to humility, Locke says, continues to pay dividends for Giannis.
I believe that, you know, who you are off the court really just displays itself or becomes more prevalent once you're on the court.
And for basketball fans, as you can imagine, the most important thing right now is this season. Right now, Giannis is tied for first with LeBron James, averaging 30.1 points per game in the chase for that scoring title. The Bucks take on the Clippers here tonight, so we'll have to see how that race plays out as we head into the playoffs. For now, reporting live at Pfizer Forum, Tony Atkins, TMJ4 News.